Welcome to Creativity Talking. It's me, Biff Strange, the engineer. And on today's episode of Saturday Nights Live with the Vag, Armstrong might be hanging out. We don't know. Episode 148. Reboot Jesus author, V. Okay, Biff, thank you. And for some reason, the titles didn't quite work out there. That's weird, dude. Like, it looked fine, and then I rendered it, and then it fucking skipped the fucking...
Technology, man.
Dude, I swear to God, it's hell to be fucking old trying to work the goddamn computer.
Yeah, who are you telling?
Right?
You're a little more adept than I am.
Yeah, well, you know, not too much, but, you know, some of the stuff, though. You know,
I'm telling you.
Very interesting. Like releasing Vito's book the other day, there were some things like I forgot to do on the back end. Like everything's fine.
Yeah.
But it was
Just
like
detail stuff. Right?
you know, like duh.
Yeah.
So like, you know, now payments are delayed. To me, 2 days, whatever, no big deal.
Yeah, right.
But you know, what are you gonna do? So
Well,
yeah,
congrats.
so we're live here tonight on Creativity Talking. And dude, I have this weird oscillation sound in my headphones. I cleaned the board the other day.
Yeah.
And I must have touched something.
Ah.
And it sounds like fucking 1950s UFO in my fucking in my ear.
Still, since the other day, did you when you cleaned it, would you use like deoxit or something like that? Or
I
something
used alcohol wipes. You know, so there was no scent, no, you know, it was pure alcohol. You know, what would you use anyway?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, so I must have pushed some button.
Huh.
So we, you know, I guess we'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah, it's just, but it's. I mean, it sounds fine. It just must be in your monitor, right?
Yeah, like in the beginning of Vito's trailer, you can hear it for the first half second.
I'll have to check it out and listen close
but,
and see.
You know. But yeah, so Vito Bupkis's book, the Book of Vito Bupkis, dropped on Friday.
Yeah, congrats on that.
Thank you. And within hours, I had people pissed off.
about the next one coming out?
Oh, what the hell did I do? My dude, I am not like with it today. Hold on a second. Let me go.
Oh yeah, well that makes two of us, man.
Yeah, so what was I saying?
Well, you said you had people pissed off.
Oh, yeah. Pissed people off. Everyone's like, oh, this one dude who happened to be my ex-brother-in-law was like, oh, on Good Friday, V, really?
Did they expect anything less from you?
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, Mr. Morals.
Right, but I mean...
Shall we review?
I mean, you know, and we'll talk about it. Obviously, it's a good time for you to... You know, maybe give a brief synopsis, but from what I remember you telling me, the title's a little bit deceiving, right? I mean, you know, for people to get... Yeah.
So, for people who don't know, this is a manuscript. So, this is the fourth draft. So, there was like... I was on draft 8 before it was done, but this is the fourth draft. And then, you know... all types of nice little goodies. But, yeah, these are, you know, basically editing copies.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so Reboot Jesus. Basically, what it is, it's a making fun of the reboot craze. Because no one's got an original fucking thought in their head anymore.
Right, yeah.
You know, there's all these great stories and everything. I gotta there's all these great stories. What's going on with my mic here? There's all these great stories that are sitting on shelves everywhere, you know, and they're like, oh, let's fucking redo the Munsters for the 5th fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, dude, no one wants to see that. Whatever. We'll go see it because that's what you're putting out. But
I mean, no offense to, you know, superhero movies and, you know, and comic stuff, but man, there's been a ton, you know.
Well, they're making money.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and they're, you know, sure, you know, but it's the modern mythology, man.
Right. I mean, I get it. I'm just saying it's like, the variety seems to be lacking in Hollywood, right? You know?
For sure. Especially, like I had a problem when they made Justice League or was it Justice League or is I don't know. Anyway, the movie, there's 2 movies and it cost $1 billion fucking dollars.
Yeah.
Oh, the Avengers with Thanos in it. People are like, yeah, that's great. I'm like, no, it's not. That is not good. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, that's 1,000 $10 million movies that aren't being made.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Funding's now out of the.
Yeah, that's a lot of people not going to be able to work. And then this, that, and the other. That, I don't know. I think it's a waste to try to get a film made and put in a theater.
Yeah.
Today, I do. If you're not connected, if you don't have the whole blob studio connections and all that shit, what's the point?
But I mean, surely there's somebody writing some heavyweight shit. I mean, there's got to be.
There is. I mean, good shit is everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
And
you just don't get to see it.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds
all right.
great.
Just sounds different. How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
That's weird. Obviously gonna have to work with the board here later. But yeah, so the story of Reboot Jesus is there's this guy and they're talking, and they're bullshitting in the back porch. They're like, they're writers, and they're like, well, what can we write? Well, what do we, not have, with the reboot thing going on? And they're like, well, what's in the public domain that we can use? And so they start going through, Three Musketeers, Zorro. Zorro is one of my favorite stories of all time. And the guy goes, Jesus. I'm like, no, don't. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna reboot Jesus. So, as one would do as a writer, I mean, you're maybe hammered, and next thing you know, they're on he's on the talkback of a porn website, and he starts talking about this idea. And that's how he gets all the Catholics to fucking know what he's doing. So the Catholics and atheists are on the porn site and the talkback, and all of a sudden it gets leaked. And he goes to work. He forgot his phone. He shows up at work, and the entire media fucking landscape is in his fucking parking lot of his production office. And he has no clue what the fuck is going on.
Right.
And he's hungover as fuck, and he doesn't remember posting that on the talkback. So no clue. He's just walking in hungover, and why is all this shit,
Yeah, what's going on?
So basically, the themes of this book, I wrote this because I saw the cancel culture beginning to happen. So I started writing this like 6 years ago, but it was a movie, then it was a book, then it was a movie, then it was a book, then it was a movie. So finally just went onto a book, and some of the chapters. So what winds up happening is this guy, loses his funding. For his thought, his show gets pulled off the air because people can't fucking handle fucking differences, even though no one's read one word of anything that he's doing. All they know, he's an atheist and he should not be touching the Jesus Christ story.
Right.
And so basically, during this time, as he's losing everything, so basically, we get these pitches, okay? So the pitches are, he's meeting with different studios and these guys are like kind of religious, and they just start pitching him the weirdest fucking shit. And he, and they're like, yeah, and the atheist is going, dude, you can't, So the whole point of the story is, or a lot of it is, even though the atheist is writing it, he protects the story because the story resonates. Right. He doesn't have to believe in there's characters, plot line, resonating story. Doesn't matter. He's protecting the story as a writer. That's his fucking job.
Yeah.
But what happens is you get all the people who are fucking righteous and claim that they're religious or Christian.
Right.
And they're throwing onto him their thoughts. Oh, you're gonna da. Why would you think I would do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Assumptions.
Yeah, it's all assumptions. So, like, this is an example. They wanted a science fiction Jesus. So this is a time travel Jesus, and it's basically it's the pitch of a trailer. So you have all these different genres of the Jesus story split up between
Right.
different genres, sci-fi, buddy cop.
Ah,
Like for example, when we talk about the virgin birth, it's actually a human trafficking alien abduction story. And people have gotten really pissed about that.
right.
And what's funny is it's more atheists getting pissed at what I'm doing than Christians, which I found very interesting.
Yeah, really. What's their angle?
The Christians?
No, the atheists.
Oh, why are you writing about Jesus? Well,
Oh, just the fact that you're writing about Jesus.
yeah, you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
you can joke about yeah, it's just weird. And then the interesting side from the Christian point of view that a few people have said to me, they're like, "Oh, you're actually proselytizing on our behalf." I'm like, "Well, that's an interesting way to think about. At least you don't hate it.
Yeah.
That means you'll buy the book."
Yeah.
Good. Okay. But, some people are still gonna,
Yeah.
it's not my fault some televangelist got fired from his job or was meant to be seen as retiring because he fucked a goat. It has nothing to do with me.
I mean, the thing is, whether I mean, obviously I'm a Christian as well, but I mean, I'm obviously going to read it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a creative work. You know what I mean? I want to.
Like we got buddy cop Jesus, we got all types of fucking Jesuses going on.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting because when I first started writing the book, I talk about it and stuff and da. And one person a couple years ago was like, "Oh, you still writing your book?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bitch. How long does it take you to write an email?" 2.5 hours. I was okay. It's a 400-page book.
Yeah.
There's a little bit to it.
Yeah. Right.
And I got other shit going on, and I wrote 2 other books while writing this one.
Well, and let's face it too. When you're writing a book, it's not like one and done. You're going to go back and change things, and you're going to,
Yeah, and the way that I did this is, learned a lot on this book because Proposition L, the follow-up to it, is a lot more precise, and I knew what to do, and not like in this one. I'm like, I'll come back to it. I'll get it later.
Right.
Don't do that because you'll do it 100 times.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you're like, fuck, where's that one?
Yeah. Yep.
And each time you go through it, there's, each time you go through, you see something else you didn't get or, like basically because everyone's such a fucking pussy these days, I had to put okay, so where is it? All right, so here's Reboot Jesus. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So here's Reboot Jesus, and there's a warning. I shall now read this, friend, to people who are thinking about purchasing said book. If you do not have a sense of humor, please turn around right now and return this book. This book is a satire of 2 things people hold most dear: the media and Jesus. This work is meant to entertain and not offend. Read it with an open mind, but if you choose to read this with a slow burn, that's your own damn fault. Don't get all self-righteous and whine about it on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or any other your social media or digital what the fuck complaint platform happens to be. You didn't see Jesus getting all bent out of shape, did you? Peace be with you. So there's the beginning of that, but I just thought it was funny because I'm basically telling people to complain so they sell books. And they'll fall for it. Oh my God, can you believe it? Hopefully they'll fall for it.
Right.
But yeah, so I saw the cancel culture thing started happening. I am not a fan of religion. I think it's fucking bullshit. I'm not talking about people's faith. That's their own. I'm talking about organized religion, people who take money from you and blow smoke up your ass and rape your children. That's what I'm talking about. So I don't trust any form of organized, give me your money tax free so I can fly a jet around. Televangelists are all creeps. They're all criminals. And that's pretty much who the bad guys in this are. We have Reverend Harry Johnson. And we also have the great Reverend Seymour Nickel.
Seymour Nickel.
Yeah. So those are the 2. And in this book, the main character, the writer is Paul. Or Paulie, as his cousin happens to call him. And his cousin is our friend Vito Bupkis. So once things hit a certain point, Vito shows up and enlists his services on making sure that his cousin remains safe and protected at all costs.
All times.
Yeah. And so Vito's world enters into the reboot. Into the Rebootiverse, as I'm calling it. Yeah.
I didn't know you had tied them both in. That's awesome.
Yeah. I hadn't planned on it.
Yeah.
And then, so when Ray died, I was like, fuck, I got to finish this fucking book. You know what I mean? I'm like, I got it, but I didn't feel like it. And I was like, I got to get back to writing, but there's like, I was trying to get funny again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, man. I said, I wish I had, I'm like, oh, I'll bring in my old pal, Vito Bupkis. And once I brought Vito in, everything, because a lot of the stuff was done. I just filled in.
Yeah. Some gaps and whatever, right?
Yeah. So basically, Vito became involved, and so that expands. So Vito, the book of Vito Bupkis is available at vincentkustush.com. And what's this?
The Book of Vito Bupkis.
Hey everybody, it's your pal Vito. In this book, I talk about subjects people seem to get their panties in a wad over. I mean, who would have thunk? Gay fucking marriage, common fucking sense, garage fucking sales. But hey, what do I know? Guaranteed to offend. And it's available now at vincentkustush.com. And, you can get it there.
The Book of Vito Bupkis.
So order yours today, or else.
There you go.
From the man himself.
Yeah, so his follow-up is called Vito Bupkis Dick for Hire. And that'll go into his life as a...
private investigator.
But was Vito connected? Was Vito part of the company? Was Vito
big questions, right?
Yeah, so it's a big murky area, never to be actually answered. But Vito has this promise to his wife that he's not going to use violence, so he can't harm anyone directly with his hands.
Yeah,
but he can use stuff to inflict pain. He just can't use his bare hands. And Vito just got out of, he was in holding there for the whole last administration because of his mouth. And Vito's book was written 6 years ago, but people got so insane with their, like Vito's a fun character. He's a funny character. He's not right. He's not left. He's just a smart ass.
Yeah.
And it's like asphalt philosophy. He's your uncle, or you know what I mean? Right. And so I didn't want him to come off as sounding or being a bad guy just because some people have a stick in their ass.
Yeah.
So I had to basically wait time until everyone, fucking relaxed a little bit. But yeah, so now Vito's book's out, and he'll be in some other stuff down the line. But yeah, so Reboot Jesus. Vito, if you're a fan of Vito, you'll love his adventures in this book. And we make fun of media, how they misreport news.
Oh boy.
How news is used as a weapon.
Yep.
How religion's used as a weapon in front of cameras. How basically for people who don't know this, and for people who just walk around thinking the world's, unicorns and peaches and politicians are honest, the largest money laundering operation happens to go through churches. Churches and casinos are the best way to launder money. Hypothetically, I might have known some drug dealers in the 90s who opened up churches to wash their money. And it's been going on since day one. The Vatican got busted for fucking $4 billion worth of fucking money laundering for the Italian mafia. Just $4 billion.
Yeah.
We did it for the children.
But yeah, I also have a hard on for the Catholic Church, and I think they should be dismantled and all their property sold off, and quit human trafficking children across country lines and state lines, and quit hiding criminals. You know, that's ridiculous. Oh, we forgive them. Well, the law doesn't. They need to be reckoned with, you know. So, you know, what are you going to do? But, yeah, so that's basically the gist of the book. It's deeper. I just don't want to give away.
Yeah. No, you don't want to
things,
give.
but
Yep.
yeah.
What about you thinking about doing some audiobook versions?
Vito would like to do an audio version.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got the stuff to do it with. It's just, I haven't done one before, but it's probably not that. I got other shit going on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And,
well, I mean, you don't have to do it right now. I mean, that could be a year down the
no,
road.
if there's like a call for it, sure. If people ask for it, like, so, so basically, you can buy an ebook right now at vincentkustush.com for $5. Or you can pay $20 for then that's that's pre-sales for the paperback that comes out in a month from now, so May 15th. And then that'll get shipped out, and that's with shipping, and it's signed and it gets shipped to you. And then Reboot Jesus comes out tomorrow. That'll be $7.77 for the ebook version. And then $25 signed and shipped, and that comes out I think May 25th on the paperback. And then for Christmas, there'll be hardcovers available for both of them.
Oh, right on.
Or at least Reboot.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a leather bound Reboot, but like to make it look like the Bible kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, and stranger things have happened. So this is also kind of like a story about, Christians are always like, oh, the second coming. Yeah. You know what you do? You know exactly what would happen if there was a second coming. He's not going to show up in a fucking dress with his 12 fucking dudes and his fucking whore, as they said in the Bible, which is probably most likely his wife in the story. So what would they do? Hey, who's someone who goes against the grain of everything, who's talking against everything that the way's going? The original Christians, by the way, were called atheists, so that's where the term atheism comes from. And now, who would be out there? Like if someone actually had these ideas on how to make society better just by being a better human being, they'd be fucking destroyed. Their houses would be taken away.
Yeah.
Jobs would be gone. Their companies destroyed.
Yep.
And then only afterward would they go, oh. You know what I mean? Would they care afterward? You know what I mean?
Right.
The whole thing. They would never know.
Yeah.
So, it's also a little bit of Job in there, but the significance of this image, you have to read the book to get it. It means something. So, yeah. So, and I originally did this piece of art in like 97, I think, 1997.
I know it's been around a while. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so anyway, that's kind of the gist of Reboot Jesus. And who knows? We'll see if I might write a sequel, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You got other shit going on.
Yeah. Vito's looking good sales wise.
Yeah, he's selling ebooks and pre-sales. So
nice.
Doing much better than people who have never written anything, and I'm just facilitating for Vito Bupkis now, people. Vito Bupkis is his own man. And it's funny because people are bitching at me, not understanding that Vito said it.
Right.
Dude, what is that about? What? Yeah. It's amazing how some people just don't.
So I bet it feels good to have them done though, right? I mean, after
sitting on it for 6 years.
Right.
And then, the pandemic happened, this, that, and the other. And then I had everything set up, and my living situation, from taking care of my elderly mother changed like that.
Yeah.
Right as the publishing company was about to start, did all the paperwork, was ready to go. Boom. Now I got to tear everything down that I just fucking spent months setting up.
Yeah.
Move it, whole thing, whatever. So now, that were here, and then yeah, it feels good to fucking get them out, dude.
Oh, I bet, man.
You have no idea,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you have any books out? I'm like, no, but I've written 6.
Yeah.
They're just not out yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, Vito's book is out. He beat me by 2 days, that fucking cocksucker. So yeah, Reboot Jesus. Available at VincentKustush.com. But
Cool.
Uh-huh. The Reboot Jesus. And where's the other one here? So yeah, so that's basically what you're looking at there.
Mm-hmm.
Reboot Jesus. So any question for me?
Well, you mean regarding the books or?
Yeah, books, religion.
Well, I mean, I don't know how long ago did you figure out you were an atheist? Is this like something you figured out as a child or?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
No, man, growing up Catholic, man, that's like a fucking long-term fucking, you got to be sure you're going to burn in hell because we love you.
Catholic.
Satan. Actually, the evil guy in the Bible's God. Well, it started when I was in 3rd grade. So my parents got divorced at the over the summer between 2nd and 3rd grade. And some of the stories of the abuse because of that happens to be very similar to what happens to Paul, our lead character in Reboot Jesus. So that stuff I won't tell on there. You can read that, but they're true stories, but they're in there. And okay, so then what happened was, my mom and dad are divorced, and this is the 70s, and like, oh my God, how dare you?
Right.
So they basically were excommunicating my mother from the church. But they wanted to keep me in Catholic school and still take my mother's money.
Right.
And I looked at him in the office. Sister Edward Dean fucking what's her cunt. Fucking, I remember saying, I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, so you're kicking my mom out. My mom can't come back here, but you want to take her check so I can come here? I'm like, I literally said, I'm like, I don't think Jesus would think that would be cool. Like, I'm like, what kind of bullshit is this kind of thing,
Right.
And so I said, no, I'll side with my mom. Fuck Jesus. And that was the start of it. And yeah, I mean, I saw this lady beat the shit out of a fucking 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid, closed fist, because he didn't say, yes, Sister Mary. He just said yes. And she was fucking beating the shit out of him, closed fist, wham, and she was going after him, man. And he was fighting back, and I was cheering for him. I'm like, kick her ass. So I got in trouble.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was right for a teacher to fucking literally beat the fuck out of some kid.
No, certainly not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was wrong. But yeah. And then the next book, Prophets of Chevelle, that's where I'm going to Macedonia, Iowa. Also with Lynette, she comes in tomorrow for Easter and the launch of Reboot Jesus. And then yeah, so that takes like 45 minutes from there. Like 6 of my books take place in that area. So that's right. And she wants to go see Bridges of Madison County because she digs that movie.
Yeah.
And that's like in the area. Yeah, we're gonna drive to Omaha to a French steakhouse because that's what you do in fucking Nebraska.
Well, nothing makes you think of French food like Omaha.
Right, exactly. Like, oh, that's a great place. Look at all that cattle. Where are you gonna go? I'm gonna go to a French fucking steakhouse. What?
Right.
But yeah. So
well, I tell you, I was thinking the other day, you and another, my best friend from high school, are my 2 atheist friends, and coincidentally or ironically, we're both raised Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got theories about that. Like I
There's a
often
lot
wonder.
of Well, we used to call myself before I called myself an atheist. Getting back to the question, I called myself a recovering Catholic.
Yeah,
So, and that's like a big thing. So it literally took me, I probably became an atheist, 2 years before I met you.
yeah.
So about 17,
Okay.
no, 16. The last time I walked into a church, I was high with Mike Shatola, and we were 14 because it was cold.
Yeah.
And that was the last time but I didn't take communion or nothing like that. I did take communion when my grandmother died.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's like, you're going to burn in hell for that. I'm like, you don't get it. I said, no, I won't, because I don't believe in it. But you're not supposed to take sacrament or whatever. But I'm like,
Sure.
you know what? Grandma would have want me to, so fuck off, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, so do you think? And I'll just say that I'm not a big fan of the papists myself, and a lot of the.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a broad subject. We can go into two, doctrinal things, and obviously
Mm-hmm.
a lot of unscrupulous stuff, even back in the 1500s.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
such,
this book is filled with like religious character names, religious theme. I mean, it's the whole Jesus story happening within a Jesus story.
Yeah.
And other religious themes are happening in the book. So if you were raised, you're going to recognize a lot in this.
Yeah. So now, let's just say hypothetically, if you were raised in another denomination, let's say, do you think the outcome would have been any different?
I don't know. I wasn't raised in it.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? But here's the thing: is it all boils down to my personality. I'm a free thinker. When someone tells me I can't say or think a certain way, fuck you. I'm going to. And if you don't want me to, there's a reason why. Because you're hiding something.
Yeah.
And you don't want people to find out what the fuck is going on. I've watched Wizard of Oz, and I got it when I was a little kid. Yeah. I understood it fully at like 3. Like, oh, my dad was a magician. I get when people are up there and they're fooling the public.
Yeah.
I can tell when people are fucking lying. You know what I mean? When I'm like, okay, something's not right. That it is that and the other. It's all manipulate.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, da da da. Well, that's why I'm good with people, because I watched my dad entertain any type of, and he was also a good salesman, and so that rubbed off. And here I was one day, my dad, magician. What do they wear? Black suit, white, black tie. Priest. Black suit, little white tie. They're both speaking to the audience, and there's a certain way that you talk. There's a certain cadence in your voice. Dude, I'm like the family eulogist. So when I go to do a eulogy, I'm full on preacher mode because I'm using the room for dramatic effect.
Right.
And it's very easy. I mean, look at the bullshit people believe on social media or the news.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God, the sky's purple. No, it's blue. What do you watch Fox News? What? No, the fucking sky's blue, you fuck.
Yeah, look at it.
Oh my God. Anyway, it's so amazing to me how people are just like,
Well, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to jump subjects. I almost pogoed to something else, to current events, but
oh, no worries.
Yeah, no. But no, yeah, I was just wondering about that. If
so it took a while. I did a lot of reading, this, that, and the other, and I studied the history of it, and I, da 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 da. Okay, what's real, what's not? Okay, archaeology. Okay, this, that, and the other. Dude, if you really think Moses was lost for 40 fucking years in the desert, you're an idiot. Seriously, dude, it's like the size of your county that you live in, and they couldn't find the fucking creek. You know what I mean? It's so fucking outlandishly ridiculous. You know what I mean? It is, And but who am I,
Right.
But yeah, and I just, from growing up Catholic is they're very stern, they're very fucking judgy people. And like I talked to a lot of them, they're like, oh, is that, I'm like, are you for fucking child rape? Because are you fucking kidding me? There's all this, shit going on.
Right.
Dude, in North America, the amount of money that they take in starting January 1st all the way into April, third week of April this year, is what they're paying out in settlements for child molestation cases.
Wow.
That's the whole first quarter income of the North American Catholic Church. Dude, think of that number.
Oh, yeah.
You know, over the past 50 years, North America alone, it's estimated that 35 million kids were molested by Catholic priests. And that's the entire fucking population of Canada today. And they're like, oh, but they've got, oh, what about the hospitals? Oh, yeah, Hitler was a great painter. What the fuck does that have to do with fucking anything? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that doesn't change anything.
Oh, but they have dude. They're always, you know, they always look, they got a fresh turd. The nuns always got a fresh turd under the nose. They're always fucking, you know, dude, let them get laid already. You know what I mean? I mean, did you know that priests used to be able to be married?
No, I don't think I knew that.
Priests were able to be married and have a family. Well, what happens when the old man dies? Where does the money go?
To the wife.
Money goes to the, well, or the first son then, because, you know.
Right, yeah.
That whole bullshit thing. And then when it came to a certain time and go to the, you know,
Yeah.
So the church was like, you know how much money we're losing? So they made abstinence a thing.
Yeah.
Mary Magdalene wasn't always a whore. That was changed in the Council of Nicaea.
Yeah.
Like, they changed the book a bunch of fucking times, man. You know, you ever hear the King James edition? You know, these are all fucking changes. So every time they did these huge changes, you're talking about 1,400 different changes to the book.
Yeah.
You know, and how many people have written it, this, that, and the other. They take shit out because it doesn't jive. You know, like.
Well, I know you have to be careful with translations even now. You know.
Well, yeah, but you know, when you're taking out the Gnostic, you know, when you're taking out certain things that should be in there, just because it makes it read different. You know, so what is it? The Word of God? If it was, why do you feel that you have editorial preference? You know what I mean?
Right.
Fuck me or fuck you, because somebody's lying. If you think it is actually the Word of God and you're taking the Word of God out because you know better, obviously it's not true.
Or
in my view, whatever.
It's just plain obviously somebody taking liberties that they have no reason,
well, it's someone being you know, being omnipotent.
Yeah.
They're playing God at that point.
Right.
You know, so, you know, I don't know. I don't, you know, I believe in the universe kind of a thing. I'm after all the reading I did, my mom was into New Age shit and all that, and you know, so I've, you know, ghosts and all that shit I've seen growing up, all this weird woo woo. Read a ton of fucking books, hundreds and hundreds of books on religions and this, that, and the other. And I basically like Buddhist philosophy.
Yeah.
So, but a high percentage of Buddhists are atheists.
Yeah.
So that makes sense, you know, like in in Western religions, you are kept out of heaven by a gate, and in Eastern religions, you're already there. You know, and then there was a certain point, a few times in history this has happened, where the church is going broke and they start taking bribes. Hey, Giovanni, you want to go to heaven over there?
Right.
Write me a check for $50,000. It's called I forget what the program is called, but there's like a certain name for it.
Well, the Catholics they were selling indulgences.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
And
you know,
Martin
so
Luther came on the scene.
Yeah, you know, dude, you know, they're the oldest corporation. The Vatican's the oldest corporation, the richest corporation on the planet. You know, they own more than, you know, everyone thinks, and I don't know, man, it's not good.
Yeah,
it's not good.
Right.
You know, and the other pope who's retired or, you know, shamed away, he may fucking wind up going to jail for child molestation and like covering shit up.
You know what I mean, what I think is really unfortunate from say my perspective is that the dirt that on the papists blows
Oh, yeah.
back on the whole faith. You know what I mean? Because you know, I mean, everybody else doesn't really. Basically, Catholics don't speak for us. You know what I mean, kind of deal. But
Right.
sadly, they're one of the biggest and oldest. You know what I mean? The Roman Catholics. And you
Right.
know, I mean, so
Yeah, I grew up
sadly,
Roman Catholic.
yeah, yeah.
And all that means is that it was sanctioned by the fucking
Yeah,
Caesar.
because the term Catholic was like, boy, I'm gonna look like a bad Lutheran now. I forget, but it basically was just basically like the oneness, like the whole. You know what I mean? Like in the creeds, they talk about the Catholic Church, but it's not the Roman Catholic Church. You understand? It's
Right.
like, yeah.
Right.
The term Catholic was, and I
Right. Because
apologize.
there is one sect left of the original Catholic faith, and that's in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
And that's like the original Christianity, quote unquote.
Right. And then then there's like Eastern Orthodox. They're pretty old school. I don't know a lot about them, but
Yeah.
similar.
Everything
similar,
that they do in their service is sung like this.
Yeah, the old liturgies, which I kind of
Oh
dig.
my God, dude. It's like
I
we were
kinda
there
dig
for
it.
this one wedding and it was like an hour and 20 minutes. And we're like, oh my God, let it fucking end. That's like when Paul got married, because I was used to going to all these Catholic weddings and shit. It's like, can I come to the fucking reception? No, you're standing up. Fuck. So, dude, best wedding ever in Vegas, right? 3 days. Show up for this fucking service. No bar. The service was like 20 minutes with everything. Done. Boom. Get to go where you want to eat. Grab your own drink. You're in a fucking casino. You can get whatever you want.
Right.
But it was totally cool. Hey, we'll be around here for this block of time, and then there this block of time. If we see you, we see you. If not, fucking enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
Dude, it was the best fucking wedding I ever went to.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, 20 minutes fucking doot. But dude, this oh my God. I was an altar boy in the whole nine, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah.
a lot of Catholics don't like the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think I can't parse it when you have these people who are okay with it when they wouldn't be okay with the teacher still teaching their kids if they got caught doing that.
Yeah.
Or in the even fucking neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
They'd oust them. They'd cancel them from social media.
Yeah. And
there's a diocese here, dude. 85% of the fucking priests are accused.
Really? 85%.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And it's psychological warfare. How do you keep people under your thumb? Dude, it's a pretty powerful image when you're fucking twiddling fucking kids and whoever, and they come before you to get the sacrament, and they either have to fucking bend down, get on their knees, you either put it in your mouth or in their hand. Think about that on a psychological issue. It's fucked up, man. If that person is like actually a sexual predator, and that act alone, because kids were reporting it, then the kids would be like, oh, you can't say that about Father Murphy. They're getting, next thing you know, the kids are killing themselves because they're going to, then they're like freaked out because they're going to go to hell because they kill themselves and da-da-da-da.
Right.
The whole dude, I don't know, man. In the Bible, to me, he just seems like a little 6-year-old kid with a magnifying glass burning ants. The person, the one that's described, not a loving God, but that's just my opinion, which means nothing. It's just a view. I'm not going to
Old Testament, yeah.
Oh, dude, oh my God. Okay. So another person got pissed off because they heard I was writing this book.
Uh-huh.
And he's like Jesus said in the Old Testament. I said, oh, please fucking tell me what he said in the Old Testament, you fucking idiot, because he wasn't in it. He's only in the sequel.
The sequel.
That's what it was. Oh, we can't have the Jews have a good book. We got to make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the what was funny for like a few years, I did this experiment.
I mean, he was in prophecy. He was prophesied about in the Old Testament, but
like my one cousin goes, you're going to go to hell for. I'm like, you're missing the point. Like, no, I'm not, because that's not real. Hell was a place where they took the dead bodies in fucking Israel called Hell, or spelled translation. That's you didn't want to go to hell. Because that's where the worst place on fucking earth was. Literally, the literal translation from scholarly, you know what I mean? Like, people don't fucking, okay. Like, I was dating this one broad, 10 years younger than me, never did it again. So we're talking.
Never did it again. You were reformed after that?
Oh my God. So then, so we're talking, and, the whole religious thing comes up, and they start talking about Jesus and the money changers. And Jesus turning over the tables and stuff. Mm-hmm. She's like, what bullshit does this come? Where'd you read this? The internet? You know what I mean? I'm like, what?
Where'd you read this?
I'm like, and she like goes to church twice a week or whatever, you know? I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, Baptist or some weird thing.
Oh, yeah.
Or Methodist. Anyway, so she's like, I've never heard that. She's like, my preacher never said it, so therefore it doesn't exist.
Oh, he was the be-all, end-all on
I'm like,
theology?
I'm like, really? I said, because if this is a K-Tel album, it would be like fucking track 2. You know what I mean? It'd be on the fucking best hits, greatest hits of Jesus would be like,
right.
It's a great fucking story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, but, and that's what people like have a hard time with me writing this. There's like, what do you mean it's a great story? Because it is.
Oh, it's an amazing book. I mean,
it's a story. It's
amazing.
A fucking story. You know what I mean? To me. And it resonates with people. So you can, but if people get offended by it, that's their own damn fault. You know? And if they believe in God, they should also remember that, he made people with the ability to laugh.
Hey, listen, you're not cool if you're not offended by something nowadays, man.
Oh, dude, please. Oh my God. Yeah, if I only had a manuscript.
Right.
But unbelievable, dude. Some of the stuff's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And like Vito does show up, And then we have, another short movie, Dr. Jesus and Mr. Hell. This one's a good one. Priest Hunter Jesus.
Priest Hunter.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. And I actually, some of my best screenwriting is in this.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, the last one that appears in there, I think, up until that time was the best thing I've ever written.
Nice.
So I'll be going to Macedonia and researching there because a bunch of books come out from there.
Yeah, when are you doing that trip?
That's in June.
June. Okay.
Yeah. And she comes out here tomorrow. So I got all the shit, dude. I had like a bunch. My list was fucking massive, dude.
I bet.
Fucking cleanest it's ever been.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty good.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah, got everything set up. Got the booze. Got the.
Yeah, you cooking a big dinner tomorrow?
No.
Going out?
Well, everything's gonna be closed because it's Easter.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So basically, got a Chicago stuffed par bake. So we'll have a stuffed pizza when we get back.
Nice.
Because you never know traveling how you're gonna feel if you want to eat, if you don't.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll come back here and snap open the Kolsch mini keg or the bubbly.
There you go. Throw her some sardines. You know what I mean? Some
Yeah.
crackers.
Yeah, let's have some sardines and some crackers. We'll get a good mustard smear.
What's the it's my brain's not working with the term you for the local term that cracks me up. So
What, Jagoff?
no, 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 it's something to your area there. What? Oh God, what do you call it? You're talking about Seth. You said, well, yeah, he's a something. You know, of course he likes that stuff.
Oh, Bohawk or Polak.
Yeah.
Polak, Bohawk, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Polish, Bohemian. Bohawk is basically, because Czechoslovakia was 3 countries, and then, or if you said Moravian, no one knew what the fuck you were. If you said you're Slovak, oh, you're Russian. No, I'm not Slavic. I'm Slovak.
Okay.
So it's kind of, and then there's Bohemia, and then you're a Bohemian, and it kind of, yeah. So basically, the gypsies and
Gotcha.
the entertainers, the odd
just
ones out.
Cracks me up because I wasn't familiar with that one.
Yeah, Bohawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bohawk, Polak. Everyone used to call each other by their ethnic background stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah, did he talk to the Mick?
Yeah, the Irishman.
Yeah, or you can't say that word now.
Yeah.
It's always funny that when people are offended for other people, that just fucking because no one knows the black experience like a middle-aged white woman.
Right.
Dude, shut up already.
Just ask him.
Here and read this book so you can feel guilty about being a closet racist, even though you don't hate people with darker skin. But we're gonna make you feel that way.
Right.
And then this fucking fat ass fucking cow is going around on fucking all these talk shows, charging $2,500 a night to come to your house.
Wow.
And tell you what a racist white piece of shit you are.
Sounds like a good gig if you can get it. Huh?
Dude, she's like 350 pounds. She's fucking fat.
Wow.
And I just did it, she's obviously making money. But she's like booked like 4 to 5 months out.
Wow.
$2,500 a night. And it's like, what expertise do you have that you can say people are? Because all you're doing is selling them a line of bullshit. Dude, these people are in a fucking cult. They don't realize they're how cult-like they are.
Is this the same psychosis that makes people go to like a dominatrix maybe or something? Like.
No, that's a kink. Totally different.
Oh, okay. Well, pay somebody a lot of money to beat you down. You know what I mean? Like,
some people like to be dominated. Some people like to be submissive. Whatever. They're not hurting anybody.
No, but I'm just talking about the guilt versus pain thing. It's like the psychology behind it.
Dude, no, it's because it's a different level. That's sexual and tied to other shit. But like, oh my god, I read this book and like all white people are racist. I'm like, what? And people are saying that other people who aren't white can't be racist. Fuck you. Fuck off.
I've met quite a
lot. It's just unbelievable. And it's time for everyone to stop pussyfooting around these fucking people. And they go, oh my God, he said these people. I mean the people fucking whining at fucking, full volume because no one cares.
I wonder if it's like an age thing too, because
it's social media.
Dude, when you get to be our age and you're like tired because you're working 80 hours a week, I mean, I don't have time to like hate anybody or be pissed off about stupid shit that doesn't have anything to directly do with me. So, I don't know. I think they just need to get over it and mind their business and
what I really like doing, life, what I really like doing, I'll see
leave everybody alone.
I'll see a term, and then I'll note the term. What's going on? Okay, boom. There's another one. 5 minutes later, another one. 3 minutes later, another one. 2 minutes later, 1 minute later. Now it's in every fucking post. People are falling into the dude. It's fucking trance,
mind control shit, right?
Dude. And they don't. Oh no. Okay, what's the rage of the day? Like like I was going back and forth giving my buddy shit because he thinks that the fucking stamps from Ukraine is going to stop a war. I'm like, dude, it's just as fucking. Oh, that's almost doing like next to nothing. Yeah, but it demoralizes the Russian troops. I'm like, yeah, because the first thing that fucking soldiers worry about when they're at war is stamp artwork.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just as stupid as putting that fucking whatever you want around your fucking profile picture at the fucking shock of the moment.
I mean, I'm kind of guessing that they don't have time to be on social media right now. Anyway, like,
Holy
do they?
right, you know? But what would Reboot Jesus do? You know, but yeah, dude, it's like, oh no, he's you know, it doesn't make sense to me, dude, at all.
Nah. But what does nowadays, man? I give up. You know.
Oh, totally. And yeah, it's just getting, you know, it's getting ridiculous. But
I'm looking for a nice mountaintop somewhere. You know, with maybe like in a good 20,000-30,000 acres around me.
yeah, it seems we're kind of looks like we're settling for the New Mexico. Texas is going to be too hot.
Yeah.
You know, but it could be like up, you know,
Yeah.
up part by New Mexico that's not. But, you know, otherwise New Mexico's, you know, probably because it's way too fucking hot in Arizona.
Yeah.
Way too hot in fucking California, and it's California.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, so probably New Mexico. Out by Paul,
Yeah.
or at least, you know, our driver. So, but yeah, no, but
Cool.
yeah. So, oh, what's that? Okay, I'll roll it again. Thanks, Beth.
The Book of Vito Bupkis.
Hey everybody, it's your pal Vito. In this book, I talk about subjects people seem to get their panties in a wad over. I mean, who would have thunk? Gay fucking marriage, common fucking sense, garage fucking sales. But hey, what do I know? Guaranteed to offend, and it's available now at vincentkustush.com. And, you know, you can get it there.
The Book of Vito Bupkis.
So order yours today, or else.
Simple as that. So yeah, yeah, way too much shit going on. Reboot Jesus trailer will happen tomorrow. Got a lot of shit to do for that in the morning and in the afternoon. But all my honeydew list fucking shit's done.
Nice.
Lady comes in tomorrow, man. That's all well shit. But yeah, so yeah.
Awesome, dude.
So everyone, you know, go buy yourself a copy, and there'll be merch out in a couple months, and then for Christmas we'll do. Oh, also, I'm doing a thing called Scriptures. So it's Reboot Jesus Scriptures, and it basically it's a collection of all these scripts combined into a feature-length movie script with different genres. So. Yeah, so basically it tells the whole story, the whole Jesus story through different genres of film.
Cool.
There you go. So we'll wrap it up here in a couple minutes. We'll just do an hour tonight. Got a lot going on. If you notice, I'm not partaking in any alcohol tonight.
Right. I see that. No makers for you tonight.
No. You know, got a Manscaped later. Don't want to be cutting my balls all apart.
Right.
But
Hey. You're nobody's fool, man.
shit. But hopefully your mother's not watching this. So
Yeah, no,
you know,
not.
but
She wouldn't be shocked though.
yeah. Oh, so what did you have something that you wanted to bring up that you almost pogoed in earlier? Current events?
Oh, I think it was. I was gonna like dive into a little bit of Elon Musk stuff.
Oh, dude, I think that's great.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, here's what's funny. Electric cars. He's God. Buy a Tesla. Oh, he's sending people to space. He's God. Send him to Mars. Oh, he provides free speech to the people of fucking Ukraine so they can fight their war. Oh my God. He's a God. Oh, he wants free speech
For
in
us
America?
too.
Fuck him.
Right.
You know, the fact that people are literally upset.
Right.
What?
I'm telling you, man.
Dude, it's so fucking ass backwards, man. They're like, oh, it's a private corporation. And dude, everyone's fucking response is right like they got it from CNN or CNN.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, it's the same fucking 3 sentences verbatim. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
They don't come up with it. It goes in here and it just comes out here. They don't want to think about it.
It's like, oh no, they're a publisher. Well, what do you know about publishing?
Yeah.
Company? Oh, okay.
I mean, I could give a
I
shit.
know better because I'm I'm a cashier. I know better. Fuck
I mean,
off.
I don't do Twitter, but I just think like the
I
pandemonium is.
I joined. I tweeted like twice in the past 15 years.
Yeah,
And when Elon bought, boom, so creativity talking
yeah.
as a Twitter account now.
I just love the turmoil. You know.
Yeah, stir the fucking pot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everyone's like, oh, do you really think that's a good idea for him? But they're open to the Prince of Saud. The Prince of Saudi Arabia wants to take controlling interest. They're cool with that. For people who throw gay people off of fucking buildings,
Right.
who just gave women the ability to fucking drive like 2 years ago.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
That's better than Elon Musk, the guy who's brought to electric cars, the guy who's bringing space travel in to probably save the human race in the future because, everyone's too worried about grift, which is now at 25% of each budget is corruption. 25%.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I think it's great. And then they said no. So what he's going to do, he's going to fucking trickle in and buy others. He'll buy other stock. And he'll wind up taking over just by, and now they're like coming up with this weird rule just strictly against him. Dude, if you're a shareholder, when he bought those stock, it went up 20 to 25%.
Yeah.
People made money. Why would you limit the money? You know what I mean? And Elon, when he did that, he basically came out and said half the Twitter accounts are bots. They're not real.
Yeah.
And he's good friends with Jack Dorsey, who started Twitter, and he's got 2.5% stake in the company. Mm-hmm. And then Elon is next. And he apologized for screwing up the internet. Jack Dorsey did. He apologized for being part of the ruination of the internet.
Wow.
Because it got so big, it was out of his hands. He wasn't running any of that shit,
Yeah.
But so he's buddies with Elon, so I'm sure he's been, coaching him, so to speak. You know.
Did you hear that Elon suggested that they turn the headquarters into a homeless shelter?
What, Twitter?
Yeah.
That's great, dude.
He said nobody comes to work anyway.
Right. That's great.
I thought that was hilarious, man.
In LA, they can't vote against their homeless thing because there's so many like regions of LA that they can't all agree because they all want their fucking take.
Yeah.
So the homeless problem will never be tackled.
Yeah.
And now that Jagoff wants to run for president, Newsom.
Ah, God.
Dude, there's literally shit in your streets.
Yeah. Literally.
Literally.
Yeah.
But he's else, man.
We'll leave all that for another day, but
Right.
I just knew you'd have some definite opinions on that.
Oh, absolutely. So remember this image, people. Could that be the rebooted Jesus? We don't know. But Reboot Jesus, written by yours truly, and actually assembled, quote unquote, written by Paul Jacobson, who's the writer in the story. But so that's what's going on. So go to VincentKustush.com. That's VincentKustush.com / store and order your copy today, or go to Author Direct in the heading. All right, Jason, we gotta cut it short tonight.
Got you, Bill.
Rob never made it around, so there.
Well, enjoy your tomorrow, man. And,
thank you. Feel good about finally getting this book out. So
totally.
Also would like to give some thanks to our buddy Steve Schwab,
absolutely,
who helped me with the book, gave me strategic points, basically made sure the themes were all running and all that kind of stuff, and good feedback. And so thank you, Steve. And y'all need some Reboot Jesus. All right, Jason, love you, brother. Have a good Easter. Give a hug to your mom for me.
I'll do it, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. And
this podcast is brought to you by VaudevillePress.com. Creativity talking. Goodbye. Happy Easter.
Later, people.